He's working up a simulation of Puddle Jumper 2. He went straight there.
That's good.
If there was time, it would be.
Let's not admit defeat just yet, Doctor. There's 6 people on that ship.
I'm just the medical doctor here, so forgive me if this is a stupid question. If they just step through the event horizon, wouldn't they come through the front part of the ship when the gate shuts down?
The front half won't rematerialize on this side.
What if they close the bulkhead door?
The rear portion of the ship would remain pressurized, become a sort of lifeboat.
It would leak atmosphere like a sieve.
We could buy enough time to send a second jumper.
And do what?
Figure it out.
They'll die.
We can always open it again if they fix the problem.
Well, they may not have time.
If they don't, we could destroy this facility.
We're supposed to be working on solutions.
We think the jumper must be damaged for this to have happened in the first place. Ancient systems are too advanced for this to have been pilot error.
So?
So depending on the extent of the damage, we can't rule out a catastrophic power feedback in the drive manifold.
Without the technobabble, please.
Dr. Kavanaugh was pointing out that there's a very slim chance that with the cockpit controls interrupted and the pod damaged, the main drive could overload.
She means to say explode. Especially if McKay starts nosing around inside the control conduits to retract the drive pod manually, and he will. I know I would.
Zelenka is working on simulations. I just came from there.
If there is a catastrophic overload, the full force of the explosion will break up the jumper, follow the burning fragments through the Stargate like a bomb.
You think the risk of this happening is minimal?
In my opinion, yes.
You all agree? Then we take the chance.
I thought it was important to point out the risk.
Fine, you did. Now please, worry a little bit more about their lives and less about your own ass. Kavanaugh, I hope you've got something to tell me.
Yes, I do. What the hell was that?
Excuse me?
I happily left the SGC because I had had it up to here with the military running things, and you just busted me like a private.
Don't be so dramatic. Besides, the Air Force doesn't have privates.
Neither do I. You just cut them off. Right in front of my research team.
That's what this is about? You're embarrassed?
Well, humiliated would be a little more accurate.
I haven't worked up to humiliation yet.
I just assumed that with a civilian in charge of the expedition, there would be a little bit more...
A civilian is in charge. And we are cut off from Earth, which makes Atlantis almost like a colony, doesn't it?
I suppose.
Well, I'm governor of that colony.
No, that's all very well and good.
Do you have a problem with that?
You're missing my point.
No, you're missing mine. If you waste one more minute, which could be used to help the people trapped on that ship because of your ego, I promise you I will dial the coordinates of a very lonely planet where you can be as self-important as you want to be. You think I'm kidding?
You wouldn't do that.
Kavanaugh, get back in there.
We'll talk about this later.
Never again.
Who all be watching this?
Anyone you're sending it to. Family, friends, loved ones?
Will anyone from Atlantis be viewing this?
No. Messages are private. You can get as mushy as you want.
This is a message for General Jack O'Neill of Stargate Command. I feel it is my duty to inform you of what I consider to be serious errors in judgment among the leaders of this expedition. Most notably, Dr. Elizabeth Weir. Her actions have repeatedly and recklessly exposed the people of this expedition to extreme danger, leading us directly to the grave situation we currently find ourselves in.
You know what? How about I leave the room and let you record your whining in private?
Fine. I've been keeping a record of Dr. Weir's questionable activities, which I would like to detail for you now. Are you sure about that?
Shall I make the modifications, Colonel?
I don't see how you can possibly milk any more power out of the hyperdromes.
Dr. Kavanaugh,
Yes.
stop talking, please. Thank you.
You think I did it?
Relax, Doctor. You're just one of many people I'm questioning.
No. I'm pretty sure mine's the first name on what is probably a very short list.
Shortly after the siege, you couldn't wait to leave Atlantis. A few months later, I received an urgent request from you to be allowed to return. Your second tour lasted 3 weeks, And suddenly you asked to leave again.
Because working conditions became intolerable for me here. I have no friends here. My work is not respected.
And this occurs only days before we discover a bomb has been planted in the city.
Right. Of course. So, obviously, I did it.
Given the circumstances, can you not see how such behavior might arouse suspicion?
Your suspicion, sure. Seeing that you never cared for me, nor valued the talents I brought to this expedition.
My personal feelings towards you, no matter what they may be, have nothing to do with this.
Please. Everything you do is motivated by personal feelings. You're driven by emotion, not reason. That's why I've always felt you're not capable of doing this job. You don't have the strength to be leading the fight against the Wraith.
If I remember correctly, you were the one who wanted to, what was it, run and hide?
And at the time, I was right. If the Daedalus hadn't arrived at the 11th hour, this city and everyone in it would have been wiped out because of your recklessness. There's no need for the Trust to blow it up when Dr. Weir is at the helm.
Writing Atlantis' operating system and disabling the fail-safes, well, that takes someone with incredible intelligence.
You mean like Dr. McKay?
And also someone who is very eager to leave Atlantis shortly before the weekly dial into Earth.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Dr. Zelenka currently stuck off-world somewhere? Why isn't he a suspect?
Our list of suspects isn't open for discussion, but off the record, Zelenka went against his will, and I couldn't picture him working for the Trust.
Oh, but you could picture me?
In a heartbeat.
I see. Guilty until proven innocent.
I've been going over the communication logs from the Daedalus, and it seems that you sent 3 unauthorized encoded messages back to Atlantis shortly after the dial-in was halted.
I have a few friends here I was concerned about. I wanted to see if they were all right.
I thought you said you didn't have any friends here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Now, the messages were encrypted, but don't worry, I've got people deciphering them right now.
What do you want from me?
I want the access code so I can re-enable the ZPM fail-safes.
Well, if you're waiting for me to tell you, you'll be waiting a while, seeing as I have no idea what that code is.
No, I think you do know it. And since I don't have the time to wait anymore, I'll just have to decide the quickest way to get it from you.
Like what? Are you gonna torture me?
Look, I hate Kavanaugh as much as the next guy, probably even more, but we really need to be sure about this.
Stop!
What'd you do to him?
Nothing. He fainted before I could touch him.
Diagnostics?
I thought Dempster was doing that.
Why do I have to do that?
You don't. I want you to do it.
I just finished 5 hours of power distribution upgrades.
You chose to be here.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Regardless, I want you to learn everything there is to know about this station, and the sooner you do that, the sooner I get to hand you the reins and go home.
You're not the only one who wants to go home.
I heard that.
Honestly, if I knew the code, I would have given it to you by now.
That depends on the strength of your allegiance.
No, trust me. My allegiance is not that strong.
It really isn't.
Please, please, I'm begging you.
I think he fainted.
Before you get the gate shut down.
I don't know. This is extremely complicated.
Have you tried the critical systems bypass?
I have to figure out a safe workaround to avoid any commands that may have been compromised.
You better hurry up. We got more Wraith on the way.
I'm working as fast as I can.
Why doesn't he just bypass the critical systems?
Not now. Just watch the door.
Besides, even if I could shut down the gate, there's Wraith in every sector of the base. We're completely outnumbered. I mean, it's just a matter of time before they wipe us off. The gate just shut off. What did you do?
I shut it off using the critical systems bypass.
Are you out of your mind?
What? It worked.
Oh my God. Self-destruct.
I didn't mean...
Did you not just hear me say I needed to figure out a safe workaround to avoid any commands that may have been compromised? As in booby-trapped? Look, I didn't use the bypass to shut down the gate for this very reason.
Ronnie.
We made a terrible mistake. We never should have revived Kavanaugh.
He triggered the self-destruct.
Not on purpose.
Doesn't really matter now, does it?
No way. You actually liked it?
It's his finest film.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, go ahead and mock it. Everybody does, but that film will endure. It's got weight.
Yeah, which is why it plummeted at the box office.
$200 million domestic? That's not plummeting. I beg to
Enough
differ.
already. We've been stuck here for God knows how long, and you haven't shut up, either of you. You just keep talking and talking.
Thank God.
Here. Reassignment. More fun and adventure in the Pegasus Galaxy.
Show us what you got, please.